seeking and really looking for to help kickstart your guys' journey in financial literacy, but specifically consumer law. I'm gonna give you guys everything you guys need to help set you guys up for success within consumer law, the things that you guys are gonna need to have in your guys' bag going against these corporations and handle them. My hair is crazy. I'm about to get it braided up today. But I'm gonna give you guys everything that you guys need. So what I want everybody to do before we go ahead and get started, I want you guys all to send this out to 5 people. And I'm not playing when I say send this out to 5 people, because this information right here has changed my life. I'm gonna give you guys a quick backstory upon how I got into consumer law, going into this live, and then I'm gonna show you guys different things that I studied right away to help me really get a grasp of this information. Because what we got to understand is that we have not been programmed for success. We have not been programmed to fully interpret this information, to really utilize this information that is at hand for us. They want to keep us confused. They want to keep us lost. You know, they want to keep us, you know, in the system, in the quote unquote, what everybody's out here saying, rat race. And that's what it is at the end of the day. Because if you don't know better, you can't do better. But if you know better, you can only do better, right? And I promise you, a lot of you guys would do better had you known better. But that's why I'm going to show you guys how not to only delete anything off a credit report, but any debt as a whole. I'm going to show you guys how to discharge. This is student loans. These are, you know, any attorney coming that stating that you owe anything, right? They're going to go ahead and with these laws, you know, have to, you know, really I want to say something, but I don't want to say anything inappropriate for the live, but, you know, oh well. They're going to have to bend over for you guys at the end of the day. You know, you guys have all of the power. They work for us consumers, right? I always say these corps, a corp. I want everybody to go look in the Black's Law Dictionary. You know, if you guys are not in our Telegram, our public Telegram, go to the link in the bio, billionairesclub.com/all, and click on the Telegram. It's at the bottom right of that, you know, page that it'll take you to, you know, with all of our links. Marianne, I'm grateful for you to be here. It's tuning in from West Texas. I'm very grateful that you're here. You know, send this live out as well, 2 to 5 people. I'm gonna show you guys everything you guys need to know to get into and really study by yourself consumer law. You're not going to need no guru. Once you understand what I'm about to go over on today's call, that's why I'm stressing that you guys send this out to 5 people that you truly like, that you truly value, that you truly want to see win. If you know many people that are suffering and drowning in debt, I want this video to be sent to them right now at this moment, because I'm going to show them everything they need to do to go ahead and discharge this debt, to make this debt literally disperse. I have a book coming out for you guys really soon. I know I've spoken on a lot of children's books, which those are going to be coming here really soon as well too. Before October and November, we'll have the children's book. Before the end of the year, I'll have my, you know, official book. You know, there's going to be a series to this as well too, but it's specifically talking about debt and how debt, you know, isn't real. You know, how debt since 1933 has been obligation of the United States. And if you don't believe what I'm stating, I want you guys to stop what you're doing right now, take out a notebook and take out a pen, and I want you guys to write this code down. I really want you to understand word for word what it's saying within this code that I'm about to give you guys, showing you guys how obligations are obligations of the United States. So go ahead. Yes, freeing the people for sure. You know, we are the revolt 100%. It's time, you know, that somebody comes forward and frees the people, that, you know, they come forward and start educating. That's really what it is the lack of education, you know, family, is the lack of knowledge when we live in a world, though, of information. So a lot of times, yes, I blame the system, but, you know, a lot of it is self-inflicted as well, too. So we got to truly separate ourselves from the environments, truly separate ourselves, you know, from what it is that we've been consuming ourselves with, disconnect so that we can tap inwardly and then reconnect. Well, I'm gonna say it again, disconnect so that you guys can reconnect. A lot of y'all gotta, you know, pull yourself out of the plug in which you guys are plugged into. Really see things. If you guys are on this live, make sure you guys, are giving me some likes and some thumbs up as well too. If you guys are really liking this value, that I'm giving and want to see more of it. We got a lot more people than we got likes. We should see the likes going up every second, family. So we can get the algorithm up and really get word out, for people. It doesn't do you anything, to press the like button, but it does a lot, and not only for me, but for, the masses as well too, because now it allows other people to hear about this information. I'm not holding back any information either on these lives. I'm live right now on YouTube. It's not like some video that I chopped up, and had to redo time and time after again to put this information together for you guys. I'm going all out the dome and all from here, all from the heart. I'm really just letting source take over and just flow through me. I've been studying this information, for the past 2.5 years. I've gotten the results myself. What really got me into it was a repo myself. And this repo really just showed me that, them coming and literally harassing me, them ruining my reputation in my neighborhood, right? Quote unquote. Is in law, it states these, and I'll show you guys where it talks about harassment and them ruining one's reputation, etc. For them attempting to collect any debt, them calling your job, they're calling your work. That's ruining your reputation. That's embarrassing. I don't know about y'all, but that's embarrassing to get a phone call or from my manager to know that some debt collector is coming after me stating that I owe them money. Right? If you love testimonies, I got a perfect one coming for you really soon. One of my mentees just discharged $26,000 in student loan debt. Actually, what I'm going to be offering for you guys as well too, for anybody that stays through this whole live and shares this as well too, and sends me a screenshot on Instagram, just share it with 3 people, and they watch this whole live through. If you do so, I'm going to go ahead and for the next week, I'll go ahead and discount you $500 off of my one-on-one personal mentorship. We do 2 calls a week. I go over all of this information. If y'all think what I'm giving in the YouTube is a lot, imagine what you guys are going to get one-on-one, exclusively with me in my community of individuals that have invested into themselves. Understand, a promissory note means absolutely nothing to me, but what means everything to me is individuals that are willing to bet on themselves, individuals that are willing to put a promissory note up because they know me putting it up is going to come full circle and make me that much more. So that's really what I'm at. Like I said, one of my mentees discharged $26,000 in student loans. The method he used, he could go out and teach his family, his friends, saving them hundreds of thousands in student loans. No more payments are having to be made. He saved himself $26,000 alone from investing a small investment of $2,500. And I'm discounting you guys $500 off. $500 off. For those that watch this live through and those that send this to 3 people as well too. I don't care if you invest into the mentorship or not. Y'all can find me here on YouTube, and y'all can drop in the comment section what you guys want to see more of, so I can come here and give value to you guys, for the free ski. Right? If y'all like the free ski, drop in the chat box free ski. Because I'm going to be coming here for you guys. 1 billion lives, I want you guys to understand. That's the name of my company, Young Billionaires Club. It's to empower, enrich, and educate 1 billion lives. I could care less, about a monthly subscription, $2,000. I'm worried about billions. I'm focused on billions. I need all of y'all to have your consumer report in order. I need all of y'all to go out and, get reparations from these corporations. I need all of y'all to go receive funding because you got your personal credit and business credit profile in order. I want all of you guys to know consumer law. It's public information I'm about to show you guys right now. I want you all to know how to do it so that we can go out, assert ourselves, get our reports in order, receive the funding, and now put that funding, the capital, to work. Now we can be investing. Now you guys can be doing deals with me, through, multifamily, which is where I've been putting a lot of my focus towards because of the community that I've been able to create, because of the success stories I've been able to create. I got now investors and people looking to invest with me into multifamily apartment units, and we're getting anywhere from 30 to 40 units plus. Right, so this is where, now this is going to bring in cash flow to where now we can go get land, and now with this land we can have it in a 508c1a. I'm gonna say that again. I want all of you guys to go look up a 508c1a. So let's stay on on topic though. Let me go ahead and read through the comment section really quick, and then I'm gonna hop into, and I didn't forget about what I want you guys to write in your notebooks, but I'm making sure you guys, are staying here, and actually paying attention to this information, so that, it's deserving, because this information took me years to study. You guys are getting this at a lot quicker rate, but that is the power of mentorship. That is the power of finding somebody that has exactly what you want and doing exactly what they do to get the results that they have, so that you can get the results. I just said that, but so you can get the results that they have. I love testimonies. Thank you for being vulnerable with us. Always vulnerability and transparency is everything. Because as I always say, what's in the dark always comes to light. Glad I caught the live as well too. I'm here from Cali. Let's go. We got West Texas and we got Cali. What part of West Texas are you tuning in from? Northeast, Southwest? I'm a lot in like the Southwest, I like the El Paso area. I do go to the Dallas, Houston area. El Paso's where my tribe's at. But if you guys don't follow us already on Instagram, make sure you guys tune in with us on Instagram at Credit Gotti, all social media platforms, and make sure you guys as well to schedule. I would love to connect with you guys. Yes, it is gonna be me too for 15 minutes. Y'all got my time. If you schedule the call with the link in my bio, either here on YouTube or on Instagram as well too. It's 15 minutes. Go through, schedule that. We'll go through and connect. I share that. Awesome. Congrats. Use that social security number correctly. Yeah, and where there comes even more power is not even having to use a social, operating completely off of an EIN number. And that's what, my business partner, Taekwon X, covers, is how to use a whole sole prop EIN, to get everything you get in regards to credit with the social with this EIN number, though. Because remember, the social is a corporate entity that was created, by the United States. So we want to be able to create our own entities, and with that EIN, we're able to do so. Wow, a little high for me, but definitely worth it. Do you take 1099As? No, I do not take 1099As. And let me ask you this, my guy. So if I were to tell you tomorrow, if you find me $2,000, you find $2,000 for me tomorrow, and I can get you the car of your dream. I want you to think of the car of your dream. Mercedes, McLaren, Lambo, maybe even just a regular 4Runner, maybe just a little, Sprinter van, something simple. If I could get you the keys to this vehicle tomorrow, if you brought me $2,000, would you do it? Most people will tell me, damn right I will. With access to this information, family, this can get you guys anything, you could think of, truly. And it takes time. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you understand this information. You're gonna have all this overnight. I'd be lying to you if that were the case. But we have an open-end credit plan. So there's still things I'm taking advantage of. There's still things that I'm going through processes of. Every day is a learning, is a learning journey. Every day we're learning. Every day we're applying. This information I'm teaching, I've thought through, well applied, taken action on, gotten responses back, whether it worked or whether it didn't. And I kept, chipping away at it, brick by brick. Before I looked up, the foundation was set. Results were there. Then I started teaching people. Once I started teaching people, they started getting the results. There wasn't nothing much more to say. So let's go ahead and let's look here at the code that I had you guys all waiting for. We got 16 in here right now on the live. I want you guys all, let's send this out to 2 more people. Let's at least get 30 people on this live. Let's all commit to at least get in, 1 to 2 more people, 30 to 45 people on this call. So this right here shows how all obligations are of the United States. If we come here to 18 USC 8, it talks about obligation or other security of the United States includes all bonds, certificates of indebtedness, national bank currency, Federal Reserve notes, Federal Reserve banknotes, coupons. Go look at your guys' bank statements and understand that that's a coupon. That's a remittance coupon. You know, just like the coupons you guys are getting at the grocery stores and using, you guys are getting these in the mail as well too. You got to know how to endorse it. You got to know certain UCC codes, uniform commercial codes, to go ahead and draft up on that, coupon. Send that right back to them. They know what to do with it. As a trustee, they have a fiduciary obligation, meaning they must do what's in the best interest of you, the beneficiary. Because remember, we are not this all caps name. So this is like me tying in, what a lot of you guys have probably been learning a lot on the secured party creditor process, maybe even a lot on the, changing your status process. I stick with consumer law, but I'm showing you guys and tying in what these individuals are teaching with consumer law. All right, so 18 USC 8. It states how we as a consumer, as a natural person, are not obligated nor indebted to nobody. These corporations, the United States, is indebted to whom? We, the people. And we got to understand that. Especially being, tribal American Indian, coming from Pueblo Nation, understanding that this land, this land is not your land. This land is not my land. What's that song? This land is your land? No, this shit is my people's land. The indigenous people of this land, land. And it's not these corporations in which have came and incorporated, the land in which, we've been operating on for the past couple hundreds of years. So we got to understand that they're indebted to us. They're foreign nations. You will lend to many nations. You will lend to many foreign nations, but you will borrow from none. We've never been borrowers from. If you're just tuning in, make sure you guys, the least you guys can do, which would mean the most to me, is drop a like, and share this with 3 people as well too. I thought of the same song. Frequencies. Yes, sir. Here from Southern Oregon. Man, do I love your teachings. I've been listening and learning. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Hope to talk soon. LA. So now I want you to LA. Think of LA. I heard that learning. I like that. I want you to think of this. Learn, apply. Apply everything. Just have that sense of urgency. Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. I'd rather y'all have, and be ignorant as fuck right now with the information I'm about to cover for you guys. But apply it. Then have all this knowledge, but do nothing with it. All right, so let's get into it and send this live out. I promise y'all it's going to benefit so many people. So I'm going to take you guys to the start of where you guys should be going, if you guys are just getting into consumer law. So I always take you guys to the start of truth in lending. So I'm going to throw you guys, it's going to be a quick summary replay. I want this video, though, to be something you guys can go back and watch a recording on. So if I'm going fast, bear with me. Watch replay because we're going to get into it. So let's go. The name within itself says everything. Truth in lending. Who was not being truthful while lending? Let's really think about it. In 1962, the Consumer Protection Act was passed. Right, and this is when, think about what happened, I believe it was in 63 or 64. Who was the president at that time? JFK. Right, JFK was real big on, the protection of consumers, and he was actually teaching a lot of these teachings. Why is it that you think, the feds came for him? Because he was showing people what was really going on. But in 68, they're like, okay, enough is enough. Congress they passed the law of truth in lending. These, consumers were getting violated by these lenders. And this is what Congress found. So let me take you guys here. This is congressional findings and declaration of purpose. So this is a declaration. It's not a statement, but it's a declaration. And remember this. So we've been noticed that there's been an informed use of credit. So this is what Congress found, that the economic stabilization would be enhanced and the competition among the various financial institutions and other firms engaged in the extension of consumer credit would be strengthened by the informed use of credit. So we're talking about right away the informed use of one's credit. So they're misusing our credit. They're supposed to go over certain regulations. They're supposed to go over certain, numbers before we sign anything, before our credit is even ran. But before anything, I'm going to take you guys here into the definition section, which I highly advise each one of you guys dive into anytime you guys study any subchapter. So let's go ahead and dive into the definition section, of truth in lending. Some key terms I want you guys all to study is the term bureau. I want you guys to really understand and comment down below. Anybody that comments down below why the term bureau is so important, I'll go ahead and send you something special through the DM. The term board refers to, not the term board, so the term bureau, the term organization, the term person, the term credit. Really understand what these terms are stating. The term credit means the right. It's not a privilege. How can one be denied their right? It's a God-given right. How can one be denied their right? We cannot be denied our right, especially if we're granting them the right. We're granting them it. Think about a grant and certain qualifications you need for a grant. We are granting these corporations the right to even extend credit. Without us, they're not even able to extend anything because they are nothing and they have nothing, and they need life from consumers, from creditors, from natural people to grant them the ability to extend credit. We give them literally energy, right? They're energy suckers. They're living off of our energy. The term creditor comes after the term credit, because in order for there to be a creditor, there's got to be credit in the first place. So credit is something that we're born with. It's something that at birth, it's given to us by the Most High, by our Creator. In order to be a creator, you got to come from creators. In order to be a creator, you got to be able to create. Creation, we create life, literally. Every day, every damn near second, every minute, babies are being born. We are creators, we are creditors. Deuteronomy 15, never will be a borrower. So I'm going to take you guys here. It talks about, I did a great video talking about an open-end credit plan. A lot of people, if y'all really want to know about all this stuff that people are talking about with secure party creditor process and, this, what is it that people are saying? You can get access to your Fidelity account and, this account that's got millions of dollars, and you can get access to it and whatnot. They're just simply talking about that open-end credit plan. We all got access to it, and that's where truth in lending is talking about. And that's what it's letting you know. So, like, above all that, so I'm going to show you guys, more in depth of some things to look for, to show you guys, how on the contract even is telling you that these things in which you're, getting with your credit have already been paid for. But when you sign that contract, that's what's getting you guys into, the agreement of making these payments. If you guys are just tuning in, please make sure to go ahead and drop a like, so that we can go ahead and get the algorithm up even more and, really wake people up to this information. I'm not holding back on any information. So, the more likes I see, the more energy it's going to give me. Like, these corporations thrive off of the energy of, consumers and on our social security number. I'm thriving right now off of y'all likes. So the more likes y'all give me, the more energy y'all gonna get from me. 100%. The more value y'all gonna get. So if we got only 13 likes and 23 people right here on this live, we gonna just keep it at the information I was gonna give y'all, which is great information. But if I start seeing the likes go up, that means the views are gonna go up. If both of them are going up, that means I'm gonna go in even more for y'all. So y'all give more to me, I'm gonna give more to y'all. So it's the best to, I don't really teach, and I'm not too big on the 1099A process. I'm big on Title 15. Do I got to be a secure party creditor to endorse coupons? No, you do not. Hey, Gotti, greetings and much respect for what you're dropping. I'm old school dude up here in Toronto. That's a blessing, King. I'm actually about to be out in Canada here this week. Wow, this weekend, actually. Blessings, frequencies. I'm about to be out there in the Saskatchewan area, province. I believe that's how you say it. Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Jared Cox. So is it best to show up with the 1099 when you're ready to purchase a car? That's not what I'm saying at all, brother. What it is best is to know, truth in lending. Especially this one right here. This will help with the disclosure guidelines. So before any disclosure, these are guidelines that should be, taking place before anything. They shall prescribe regulations to carry out the purpose of the subchapter, expect with the provision that apply to a mortgage referred. Yada, yada, yada. Let me see. The purpose of such model disclosure shall be to facilitate compliance with the disclosure requirements of the subchapter. They have all of these things in which they're supposed to disclose to you before anything is signed. Then I want to take you to 1605. This is where we talk about, if y'all want me to really do a video, let's get at, breaking down how you guys can get a vehicle with no down payment and how down payments are illegal. This code right here is specifically pertaining to what I'm referring to. I'll do a video specifically, not a live, a video though, breakdown, an educational video showing you guys how to get a vehicle, and get back any down payment that you have put down, as long as it's even been within 3 years. So if y'all want that, let's get this video at least to 500 views. What's gonna help is liking this video. I need some water. Liking this video, commenting on this video, and then sending this live out as well too, or the replay out to anybody else as well too that could benefit. My guy Geo King, we're expanding out to the Canada area. I really want to build and help a lot more people in the Canada area. Reach out to me, brother. Shoot me a DM on Instagram at Credit Gotti. If I don't respond through there, schedule a one-on-one. Link in my bio. I'm accessible right now. Right now is the time in which I want you guys to reach out to me. Before y'all see the viewing, y'all see the subscriptions. We're not where we're going to be though in the next couple months. So right now is the time to, before everybody else hops onto this information, make sure you guys, while you guys are here, are taking advantage and getting any questions you guys have answered. So I'm gonna take you guys here, 1605. This is the determination of a finance charge. So I want everybody to go demand the truth in lending disclosure for every contract. If you got an auto loan, go demand that truth in lending disclosure. If you have a mortgage, go demand that truth in lending disclosure. With that, that's going to help you guys. Let me make sure my phone is charging. I'm about to die here real soon. Let me go get my charger real quick. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comments. How does it work with the state laws? I don't use state laws. Everything is all federal. Each state does have their own statutory law because each state is their own corporation. I'm using federal law states. I'm at Trump's all state law. So everything as well too is done in the federal courts. I don't step a foot in the state courts anymore. I've been there, done that, but I'll never go back and do it. All right, we're gonna have to just stand here right now while my phone is charging. How much notice of rescission? Is there a statute of limitation on when you discharge? What about when it talks about credit worthiness? Okay, I think that was you who had commented that not too long ago. I'm gonna show you a little bit on credit worthiness here in a second. You said 3 years is a statute of limitations. Yeah, look up. I'll show you here in a second for right of rescission. How long you typically have for rescission. Isn't the application money since the source? Okay. All right, let me see. Let me pull my laptop up right here next to me. I'm gonna have to sit on the ground right now. Ugh. While the laptop charges on my phone. So check this out. 1605 talks about with any consumer credit transaction, it shall be determined as the sum of all charges. The sum is the total amount, nothing more, nothing less. Then it talks about the finance charge does not include charges of a type payable in a comparable cash transaction. Y'all tell me, with down payments, they're one in that cash transaction, correct? These are all things that are included within the finance charge. Oftentimes they'll tell you that you need, what? There's interest. There shouldn't be no interest. That's included. If you got your car shipped to you, that should be included. Or, sent in, from a plane, whatever it may be. Also check this. Premium or other charge for any guarantee or insurance. How many of you guys were told that you got to have this insurance, before you leave this dealership? If you don't have insurance, you can't leave this dealership. Right? Our whole life is insured. In Canada, it's called a social insurance number, not a social security number. So that right there is going to show you guys a little bit about down payments. I'm going to take you guys here too. And I'm not going to give you guys everything. So I'm going to take you guys here to 1635, like I said. Y'all talked about how long do we have. This is the right of rescission. This is your right to rescind any contract. It tells you everything to do in step A, the disclosure. These are things that they're supposed to disclose to you. If they did not disclose them, step B lets you know how to rescind it step by step. Putting them on notice. It talks about when an obligor exercises his right to rescind under subsection A, he is not liable for any finance or other charge and any security interest given by the obligor, including any such interest arising by the operations of law, becomes void upon such a rescission. But you got to properly know how to rescind. You got to properly understand rescission. I'm going to do a video. Yeah, I got some videos here in the university and that I cover within my mentorship, because I don't like just throwing rescission out there just for anybody or everybody. Y'all got to really understand the right of rescission and how to interpret it and break it down to fully utilize this. But this, I believe, is the most powerful law within truth in lending, is the right of rescission. So yes, you definitely have been scammed, if you did get that insurance. Now I'm going to take you guys here. That's truth in lending. I gave you guys what I believe is the most powerful one within truth in lending. There's also a code within there where you can get remedy as well too. Now I'm going to take you guys here, still within Chapter 41. Now I'm going to take you guys here to the FCRA, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Anything on your credit report, this is the video for, this is the video. This is the part and where you're going to want to look. So the FCRA, we come here. I'm going to show you guys this little cheat sheet as well too. You guys can come here, if you're on the laptop, on cornelllaw.edu, and go to the subchapter overview and just look up all of the ones within the FCRA. You guys can find different ones alone. Adverse information, block of information resulting from identity theft. Who's had identity theft take place? This is one of the ones I wanted to show you guys as well too. So with the FTC, method, the Federal Trade Commission method, the identity theft report method that a lot of people are using, this is what backs, and this is why federally, they must block this information, and why so many people have results doing this exact method, but that doesn't mean all the time that they're going to do such. They're already in violation of federal laws. They're going to continue violating your guys' rights, in federal law. But this right here is just a code showing you guys how, why the method of the FTC report, does work, because within the FCRA, it literally tells you guys, what you must do, the 4 steps to take to get this information blocked. So a statement, 2 forms of identification, and then a copy of your identity theft report, your FTC report, for you to get it blocked. Literally step by step. I'm over delivering on game right now. Like, if y'all aren't here sharing this, y'all are literally just doing a disservice to anybody that is suffering from credit, because they can literally watch this video and apply one of the laws I went over alone and get these things removed. Anything, collection, repo, eviction, bankruptcy, whatever. There's different steps you got to take as well too for different accounts. Bankruptcies, like you want to go through LexisNexis, you want to order different, consumer reports from other consumer reporting agencies. There's over 330 consumer reporting agencies, so yeah, I got to know that. The FCRA that we come here, I'm going to give you guys one more: permissible purpose. This is a great one. They must have your written consent or they must have court jurisdiction. Other than that, they cannot furnish this information. As I said, always start with the definition section as well too. I want you guys to, in here, look for the term credit report, look for the term credit score. They'll never define those two terms because there's no such thing as a credit report, nor is there such thing as a credit score. A term right here I want you guys to look into is the investigative consumer report. When they say we've done an investigation, these are the steps that must be done through an investigative consumer report. All right. Once you guys read this, I'm going to read it real quick actually for you guys. It talks about information on a consumer's character, general reputation, personal characteristics, or mode living is obtained through personal interviews with neighbors. So they must interview neighbors, friends, or associations of the consumer reported on or with others with whom he is acquainted or who may have knowledge concerning any such information. However, such information shall not include specific factual information on a consumer's credit record. So we talked a little bit about credit worthiness and whatnot in the comment section I had seen. So right here in the consumer report, it talks about any written, oral, or other communication of any information by a consumer reporting agency bearing on a consumer's credit worthiness, credit standing, credit capacity, credit character, general reputation, personal characteristic. So a consumer report can be literally me describing to you what you look like, or describing what it is you're wearing. Consumer report, anybody can create a consumer report, and a consumer report agency, they hold absolutely no power other than the power that we give them. To further back that, just go to the congressional findings of the FCRA. Within here, it talks about an elaborate mechanism has been developed for investigating and evaluating the credit worthiness, credit standing, credit capacity, and general reputation of consumers. So they're an elaborate mechanism. That's highly disrespectful to call somebody an elaborate mechanism. I don't know about y'all, but I would be I'd feel mad disrespected if somebody called me an elaborate mechanism. Yeah, if y'all are gaining some value, drop a 3 in the chat if y'all are gaining some value, if you guys are with me, if you guys are understanding everything that it is I'm going over. And if not, you're going to go back and watch recording, so that you do understand it. And if not, you're going to schedule a 15-minute consultation call with me so we can go ahead and get those questions answered. And if I'm fully with you, Tone, I'm fully with you, Gotti, I'm ready for more information. I'm ready for more insight. I'm ready for more, mentorship. Like I said, for those that watch this live through and send this out to 3 people and send me a screenshot on Instagram, I'm going to take $500 off my personal mentorship. So $2,500 to $2,000. I may even work out and allow you guys to do, payment plans on that. Maybe 2 payments of $1,000. I don't, like I said, a Federal Reserve note don't mean nothing. What does mean everything is working with individuals that are looking to better themselves and invest into themselves. So let's get right into it again. So this is just a Fair Credit Reporting Act, family. Now I'm going to take you guys here to still chapter 41. I'm going to take you guys to another chapter here in a second in Title 15. Because that's the thing. There's not just chapter 41, the FDCPA, FCRA, equal credit opportunity, etc. within Title 15. We got the Graham-Leach-Bailey Act and a lot more within Title 15. So we're going to get into it. I see a lot of 3s and I love all the 3s. I love the feedback. I just got to copy my Equifax. There's a lot of money in Equifax right now. If you got Equifax, I would, the mentorship alone, you'll get double, triple that if you invest into yourself. Equifax is cutting out a check right now. If you guys are having trouble with Equifax, I got something for y'all. So yeah, 3 years, to touch upon that, Scroll down to H or L in 15 USC 1635. I forgot to cover that, but y'all could check out what I was talking about on the recording if you don't get what I'm saying. I love it, Marlana. Yes, you've been with me since the beginning. Very grateful for you to be here, truly. West Texas in the building. Hungry. I love it. Yeah, they did insurance to scam me. No, 100%. I'm taking notes. Thank you so much. No, thank you. Thank you for being here. So now I'm going to show you really, this right here is game. This right here is game. In the FDCPA, any debt collector, I'm gonna show you guys the definition of a debt collector real quick, because I always talk about it. If you knew the definition of a debt collector, the FDCPA would be powerful to you. So, check me out right here. Now y'all know the definition of a debt collector, because I'm about to go over it right here. It means any person. All right, let me just stop right there. Any person. All right, we're talking about any person. The best way to remove a student loan. I may do a live with my student who removed it and let him, do that for you guys and show you guys. Any person. Person is a natural person or an organization. So a person isn't always, just, it's not just one thing either. Not just BBB or CFPB that's going to get a student loan removed. But both those will help. Any person, a person is a natural person or an organization. So it can be me, it can be you, it can be your granny who's a debt collector, it could be, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, any of these lenders, Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America, any of these banks that's sending you anything saying that you owe anything, they're a person, right? These corporations are banks as well too, who uses any instrumentality of interstate commerce. Why are we talking about interstate commerce? Because everything is commerce within this corporation. Everything is a business transaction. Commerce is a business transaction. Because the United States, look up 28 USC. Let me take you guys here. 28 USC 3002. The United States, as we come here and see, is a federal corporation. If we come here to number 15. So everything is interstate commerce within this corporation. So who uses any instrumentality, an instrument, the coupon, the things that you guys get your, statements in monthly, a Federal Reserve, any instrumentality, any instrument of interstate commerce or the mails in any business, the principal purpose of which is the collections of any debt. So anybody attempted to collect any debt. UCC laws at all? Not really. More USC, Title 15 really. I'm the Title 15 king, to say the least. Truly, I've really studied the ins and outs of this. And this, you don't really got to dig too much further. There's a lot out there. You can get lost in the sauce. And I have, been there before. But don't you think if they were talking about debt, a whole subchapter around debt, they would define the term borrower? Nowhere in here do they define the term borrower. Tell me where they define the term loan as well, too. Oh, wait. All right, now I'm going to show you guys a couple different important ones within here. So harassment or abuse. I was talking about this a little bit earlier. The use or threat. So a debt collector may not engage in any conduct, the natural consequence of which is to harass. That's why I mentioned the harassed. Oppress. They also oppressed or abuse. Any person, you define all of those. Abusive, oppression, harass. How do you know whether they have harassed you or not, or abused you? Them continuously calling you, that's a form of abuse, mental abuse. Any person in connection with the collection of a debt without the limiting the general application of the foregoing, the following conduct is a violation of this section. The use or threat of use of violence or criminal means to harm the physical person, reputation, the physical person or the reputation or property of any person. So, like I said, the reputation, y'all ruined my reputation as well, too. Coming and collecting that repo, way back when I first got into consumer law. They knew damn well they weren't right, And, that's why we hit them. That's why we took them to federal court and got what we got done. I wasn't playing no games. because they ruined my reputation. They harassed me. They abused me. Let me tell you guys here to the congressional findings. Like, let me tell y'all what Congress found. This is in the 1970s, too. 1977, this was passed. There is abundant evidence of the use of abusive, deceptive, and unfair debt collection practices by many debt collectors. So I want y'all to study the congressional findings. I also want you guys to study the definition section. I want you guys to come through here and find, at least one finding that you guys can find of, how you've been violated. Communication. If they've been communicating with you, at inconvenient times, at any unusual time or place which should be known to be inconvenient to the consumer, that's a violation. 15 U.S.C. 1692 C.A.1 is how you would cite it. So you do C parentheses A parentheses 1. Boom. So just like that, that's a great breakdown of the FDCPA. And certain things out. 1692 C, 1692 E. I just did a live over this as well not too long ago. Are great. On how debt isn't real. Are great for the FDCPA. Go watch that live as well too. For a better breakdown of the FDCPA. 1692 C alone, I get just about anything removed. So now I'm gonna take you guys here to Title 15, but not Chapter 41. I'm gonna take you guys here to Chapter 94, I believe it is. So 15 U.S.C. 6802. So Chapter 94, this is the obligation with the respect to disclosures of personal information. So except as otherwise provided in the subchapter, a financial institution, which if I were to tell you that Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, go look up on their data sharing policy, go look up on their website, they're financial institutions. They're banks, they're just like Wells Fargo, Chase, and all these other financial institutions. They also are one as well too. So this is applying to all financial institutions. May not directly or through any affiliate disclose to a non-affiliated third party, these consumer reporting agencies, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, LexisNexis, SageStream, CoreLogic, etc., any non-public personal information unless such financial institution provides or has provided to the consumer a notice that complies with this section 6803 of this title. And then number B talks about a financial institution may not disclose public information to a non-affiliated third party unless A, such financial institution clearly and conspicuously discloses to the consumer. How many of you guys have clearly and conspicuously been disclosed to a consumer in writing or electric form or other form permitted by the regulations prescribed under section 6804 of this title that such information may be disclosed to such third party? So unless we've clearly and conspicuously been disclosed and allowed them, responding back to them, letting them know that they can share this with Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, they should not be reporting this. If such, they're in violation of the Graham-Leach-Bailey Act. Is a trade-in a down payment? Look up your truth in lending disclosure. Find your agreement with them, and you'll find everything you want on there. So I wanted to just show you guys there's a lot more than just Chapter 41. I want you guys studying within Title 15. We had a great viewing here on this, live. The numbers really stayed average around 25 to 35, around the whole live. I want everybody to be able to watch this recording and go back into it. So this is just, part one per se of really diving into consumer law. I'm going to create playlists for you guys to go through and break down and really study for each subchapter. My channel, I want for all of you guys to come here and get the most value without, anything attached to it. Like, I want y'all to come here and learn and get game. Like, this isn't one of these channels where I'm going to be hiding this, that, or the third so I can upsell you and, you could get this, that, or the third of mine. I could care less whether you guys do business with me or not. But what I would value and appreciate tremendously is if you guys share this information. Is if you guys, while you're here, like the information. If you comment what you would love to see more of. If you're engaged in here, if you guys are in the public Telegram, comment in the Telegram, being active in the Telegram, just being active as a whole, is what's gonna get more information from me, to be poured into you guys. So, like I said, for those of you that have stayed on, from the end of this live, if all 25 people hit me up, and are looking to get started with the mentorship, I'll go ahead and knock off all $500 for all 25 people. I'm looking for those that are serious, those that are really not curious, but those that are serious, but those that are really looking to better their life, but not only someone's theirs, the next generations. And that's what it's really about. That's how we're going to empower 1 billion lives, is the youth, is foundations for them. And that's why I'm coming out with the children's books and everything going forward. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Marlana, reach out to me on Instagram right now. I'll be waiting for it here for the next 30 minutes to an hour. Let's get you started today in the mentorship. $500 off, whether you do or don't. Schedule a 15-minute call, and come ready with any questions. Nothing attached to the 15-minute call, just free game. So I appreciate everybody. I'll see you guys on the next live. Stay tuned for when I do schedule it, because it's coming real soon. I told my son he will have all the tools that I didn't. 100%. I love that. That's powerful, and that's a fact. Yes, the term bureau is the Consumer Financial Protection. So who is this? Who is the Consumer Financial Protection? Now that's what I want you to do next. I seen somebody commented, consumer credit transaction denials for a pre-approval application. Go watch our last video on that one. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed one. Tap inwardly. Make sure to disconnect to reconnect. If there's one thing you learned from this video, that's one thing I want you to take away. Disconnect to reconnect. Disconnect from everything external and connect inwardly. Listen to your thoughts. Observe your thoughts. Observe your feelings. Observe what is flowing through your guys' vortex. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed one.